Hi there, my name is Amanda Kaufman,
And I'm Chris Lavelle.
and we are the creators of the Crush Method, and so excited to welcome you back to the Crush Method show, where we have been talking all month about tribe.
So we talked earlier in the month about what is a tribe, then we talked about how do you build a tribe, and then we talked about how do you maintain and grow a tribe. This month we're talking about
Monetizing your tribe.
all right.
And you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and just put this out
Just
there.
put it out there.
Just put this out there. I know we all have money stuff. And I know that like talking about making money off of something as virtuous as a tribe might feel kind of icky. So I'm just going to ask you to like be cool. Because when we're talking about tribe, we're talking about free tribes, we're talking about paid tribes, we're talking about all the different kinds of tribes. The truth is that money can actually play a really interesting role in tribe building. And so we're going to talk about that today.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can absolutely look at the money as, oh, it's icky, I don't want money, this is a virtuous thing. Or you could look at the money as, oh, well, it gives me the resources to further an even more virtuous thing.
You know, that's so true. And I think the other thing is one of my mentors that is an expert networker, like really expert. She actually has a huge networking group. And by huge, I mean like all over North America. Yeah. And one of the things she tends to say is that free groups tend to be worth every penny.
Oh, yeah, wisdom right there.
Ooh,
That's some
wisdom.
truth.
Because the thing is that when people don't pay money to go and attend something or do something, they're not quite as invested in it. So if you're not as invested in doing something, then how are you going to show up and contribute?
Absolutely.
And we've been talking a lot about cultivating that culture, having like a really kind of a reinforced on the values and the things that you're standing for and standing against and all of that kind of thing. If you're not investing to be in that space, it really can detract from your engagement. And then that detracts from the overall travel experience. So I would go so far as to say that actually money can be a really important ingredient to effective tribe building.
Well, once people invest some capital, for lack of a better description, money or significant time or otherwise, well, now they tend to care a lot more and they tend to show up a lot better and a lot differently than maybe a free group. Because with a free group, people may say, oh, I'm busy today, I won't attend this call. And then maybe they do that the next week and then the next week. And before you know it, they're not engaged anymore. However, if somebody's actually anteed up a little bit and contributed and they've now got a financial stake in it, well, they tend to pay a little more attention to it.
Mm-hmm. And I think it also depends on what kind of tribe you are building. I would say in the industry, if your tribe is around business building or around basically making money, then you can expect to charge a little more for membership to that tribe. However, when you're talking about maybe personal health, and maybe this is a bit of a statement about our society, but if you're talking about personal health, you're talking about relationships or something like that, typically the pay to play can be a little bit lower, just because that's the way the industry norms are.
But you have to convince them of the value of it.
Yeah. That said, I mean, you could have a membership that costs $1. You could have memberships that cost $50,000 to join for the year. They all exist. They all exist, and they are all using this concept of tribe in one effect or another. And I will tell you that like the $1 or $7 tribes are just never quite as engaged as the higher ticket tribe. So it's something to keep in mind. Like when you introduce money into this conversation and discussion, it's a good time to consult with a coach to find out what kind of money mindset blocks you might have about it, and then get really objective. Like, how could charging actually enhance what I'm building for tribe? And what we've chosen to do with the Crush Method is we kind of have it in, let's call it like a ring system, right? So at the center, at the nuclear center, we have our private clients and the people that work with us one-on-one.
Yep.
So that's one part of the tribe. They're also a part of the next layer out, which is the Crush Method Inner Circle. So the Crush Method Inner Circle, that has all of our private clients in it and has people who have joined us and are not working with us privately, but they really love being a part of this paid tribe. And we make sure there's a ton of value in there.
Yep. And that's a paid monthly subscription membership tribe.
And that's a paid monthly subscription membership. Then we have this outer layer of tribe that is our free tribe, where, by the way, you're still paying something. Because if you're joining us for a training or you're going to consume any of our content, you're spending your time on it.
Yeah.
So that again is there's an investment there. So we do make sure that whatever we're putting in there is high enough quality. And by the way, same with this newsletter blog, same with anything that we're putting out there. We don't want to say, hey, because it's free, there's no value.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
That does not help. But what we've done is we've thought about it like, okay, so if we've got like this tribe and we've got the nucleus and we've got the next layer and the next layer and the next layer, we're planning our content and our monetization accordingly.
Yep.
And here's what's really cool. People from the private are eventually done with us, right? They've achieved the goals or they're moving up to another level. So they can stay in the tribe through our Crush Method Inner Circle, or they might choose to leave the Crush Method Inner Circle and still stay in our tribe in the free group. And so what happens is people can actually move between the different layers of what we've created here. And I think it's a really beautiful thing.
Well, it gives them a chance to really find the fit for them at a given point in time, because at some point they may be in a stage of their coaching business development where they need more one-on-one help and they really need some help to move quickly into some big changes. Well, we have a ring for that. It's that one-on-one coaching that Amanda was talking about. But maybe they've reached a stage where, for now they need to really just focus on growth and they don't necessarily have a lot of time for additional consumption and training. They want to execute more. Well, maybe that's the time when they move out to more of that free Crush Method group where it's still a chance for them to stay engaged, to stay motivated, to take part in challenges, to keep their energy up, and to interact with people they really enjoy. But now it's not something that takes necessarily as much day-to-day time because they've got some different goals they're focused on that are maybe not centric to what we were doing in the inner circle.
Right. And like the investment of our time shows up the same way, right? Yep. Because for the private clients, that's where the vast majority of our time goes. Yep. The Crush Method Inner Circle still takes a good chunk of time. The free group, we put time into it, but it's just not nearly the amount of time investment that goes to the center part of the tribe. So,
well, in this particular case, for example, we may have a topic that we present in the Crush Method free group, the outer ring. It may be 15, 20 minutes, but we may present on that same topic very near term in the inner circle, but it'll be a lot deeper. It'll be a full hour or an hour and a half on that. And then on a private one-on-one basis, we may spend entire sessions or multiple sessions focused on key areas, if that's a struggle point for that person, to help them really get past it, really make progress, get a plan in place, and then help them begin executing that plan.
Totally. So, I think talking about that 3-circle kind of a rhythm, here's one of the most important things. And we could honestly get better at this, is that you have to be constantly inviting, right? You need to be constantly inviting people from the outer ring to move up a ring or to even come all the way to the center through a consult or what have you. Same thing with the inner circle. Keep going back to the inner circle and saying, hey, guys, I've got this thing that I can totally do with you. That's more of a private thing. Would you be interested in having a conversation about that?
Yep.
If you're not constantly inviting in each layer of the tribe to allow people the opportunity to move in and out and kind of have that flow go in, what happens is that the communities kind of drift apart and then they tend to become stagnant.
Oh, yes, they become stagnant. They don't move forward. There's a lot of re-energizing that can take place between the rings. So having a chance for somebody, maybe that's a private client, to engage with the inner circle, that next ring, so to speak, that gives them a chance to meet people that maybe are where they were, and it gives them a reminder of, hey, I've made a lot of progress.
Yes.
But maybe also they get a chance to act as a quasi-mentor in some respects to others, and that helps boost those people in the inner circle, say, oh man, I can make so much more progress if I did X, and I got this great idea from this person. Okay, so it gives some reinforcement both ways, to Amanda's point.
Totally. Now, we've been talking a lot over the last month about the value set and the culture and the engagement. And one thing that you can do to help grow your tribe and make it a win-win is introduce an affiliate program.
Absolutely. Well, we talked before about how you get more people into the tribe. And we said you could do the very simple of, hey, do you know anyone like you that you would like to be a part of this tribe? Invite them. That's a simple way.
Exactly.
But you also mentioned affiliate just now. What do you mean by that?
So what I mean by that is when you're a member of the Crush Method Inner Circle, you can choose optionally to become a friend of the Inner Circle. And when you're a friend of the Inner Circle, you actually get your very own private affiliate link that you can send to your own friends. And when your friends click that link, we have software that allows us to track where that person came from. And what we do is we actually pay you 20% of their fees for the lifetime that they stay enrolled. Mm-hmm. And I think that's a really cool program. Yep. But what I love about it from a tribal standpoint is that we don't limit how many people can do that. So if you got 5 people to come in, you could literally pay for your entire membership, right? Or you could even get 6 people and make a profit.
Yep, absolutely.
That's what it means to be an affiliate. So there's affiliate partners, there's referral partners, there's a lot kind of out there. But what I like about the affiliate is it's very much a win-win to the tribe member, right? Like you're literally rewarded for bringing more people in.
Now, the nice thing about that is you might first think, oh, well, gee, what's going to prevent them from bringing in people that aren't a good fit? Well, it's in their best interest as an inviting tribe member to invite people that are going to fit with the group and stay longer term. To Amanda's point, we're aligning incentives in this case because the person is receiving 20% of that fee in perpetuity for the life of that member they brought in. If they bring somebody in that's not a fit or they don't like it, well, they'll be gone instantly, and then there's no benefit. So it encourages them to invite people that are going to stay and be an active part of the membership.
Exactly. So I think there's one kind of warning we want to put on this whole label around the monetizing of the tribe. And I think this is something that we've done a really good job of avoiding personally, but it's something that we observed in other groups that we've been members of.
In fact, as you describe it, what we're going to give you is a little bit of detail of how we addressed it from our side. But we've been a part of a couple of masterminds, and one in particular, they've not really addressed this over time, and we've seen them struggle with it. And it's a fairly high-end membership, and there are things that they do very well, but in this one area, they've really struggled, and that is, how do they keep the culture consistent over time? How do they keep it from going off in other directions? And that's something they struggled with, and we've watched them struggle through that. And so, like we've said in other episodes, we want to share what the greats in the industry are doing, what the highly successful ones are doing. And so this is something we've observed with how they've shared it and addressed it. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think what really the main thing at the end of the day is to keep the culture. Right, is to keep the culture, and don't sacrifice the culture because you're trying to fill the group too fast, or you're getting your money stuff kind of in the way and all of that kind of thing. The right people will join at the right price, and you need to have faith and patience as you're growing a tribe. I think sometimes people think, oh, well, I'll just build a membership site and then I'll make my bajillionaire amounts and I'll go online for 90 minutes a month and that'll be that. Yeah. The truth is that it takes quite a bit of preparation to have content that is actually decent. It takes quite a bit of coordinating to make sure that everybody's getting online and all of that. And there's quite a bit that you need to do to keep the tribe engaged. So don't lose that just because you are looking at, oh my gosh, I'm going to be able to live on a beach through my membership. That's a good way to lose the culture. And when you lose the culture, you lose the tribe. And when you lose the tribe, you lose the money.
Absolutely. So some things you can do to keep that culture. Well, first off, regular interaction with it. We talked in other episodes about consistency, about engagement, about sending reminders, things like that. Keep that up. That will help remind people, of the culture, of why they're engaged, how often they can engage. That just keeps it consistent with them and gives them those constant reminders. Yeah. What else could they do?
I think it's really important with a membership offer, if you're getting somebody to pay, is have some kind of risk reversal. So I'm not necessarily saying that you need to offer like a trial so that they get a chance and a sense of it. You can do that, and that's been shown to be fairly effective in increasing enrollments. But I think it's really important to offer at least a 30-day guarantee, if not a 60-day guarantee, to just let people have a chance to experience that culture and sort of learn how to behave in there and get the most out of it and feel safe stepping into it. So I think that's number one. But number two, in your agreement, you need to make sure that you've got, first of all, it's a good idea to have an agreement so that people understand what they are and are not getting. But just make sure that you've got a clause in there that if you need to be Thor and swing your band hammer because somebody
I love the banhammer reference. Every time you use that. That's just awesome.
If you need to swing the banhammer because somebody really is destroying the culture of the tribe, you need to have recourse to be able to do that.
And that's important. That goes back to really keeping the culture. You need to call out when somebody's not appropriately respecting the culture, and you need to take action to protect it. That's
Totally.
your role as the leader of that tribe and that culture. Ultimately, you have to protect it.
And be explicit about it. I think that's the final thing I'll say about it is just be explicit. In the Crush Method Inner Circle, I remind people every month of our manifesto. And our manifesto talks about what our values are, what we stand for, what we're about. And, I think some of the members kind of go, rah, rah, here we go. But it is a good reminder. And I've asked them about it. I'm like, should I stop doing this? And they're like, no, it's a good reminder.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So be explicit and you'll be fine. So I hope you've loved our series on tribes and tribe building. We've really loved having you here. And if you're listening to this on our podcast, thank you so much for listening. Do us a favor, leave us a rating and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If you're watching us on YouTube.
Give us a like if you're on social media.
Yes, if you're watching on YouTube, you're watching on a website, please drop a comment below. Let us know what you found to be the most helpful in this training. And if you have any questions, always just reach out. We're here and we're happy to serve you.
All right. Well, look us up. We're on all kinds of social media. Look us up the Crush Method on Facebook. We'd love to have you join us there.
All right. Take care.
All best.
Hey there. Thanks for tuning into this week's The Crush Method video blog. I'm Amanda Kaufman.
And I'm Chris Lavelle. We loved having you here.
Be sure to subscribe to receive more goodies in your inbox every week and share with others you know who are eager to learn more about building their coaching and expert business.
And don't forget to leave a comment below to share your own experiences to inspire and lift others on this journey.
And check out our podcast on iTunes called The Crush Method Show so we can join you on your commutes and workouts.